Dave and Yvette Ulloa here with Warriors and Queens. Welcome to our show. Today, we're going to continue to talk about the topic of affairs and infidelity. We know that this is a highly triggering topic, and way too many relationships end up in breakup and divorce that could actually be saved if they just happen to know a few of the things that we're going to share. And so today we're going to talk about what the true cause of affairs is so that you or somebody that you know can avoid it ever happening. And if it does happen, watch the other episode where you can save your marriage from having to go through a horrible divorce.
Yes, and I really sometimes feel so bad when I get the call from somebody that's crying, that's saying, Yvette, help me out. He just had an affair. I never thought this would happen to me. And that's when the girlfriend calls you and she's just crying her heart out. She's having to be strong for the kids. She doesn't want to cry in front of the kids. They go somewhere else outside the house to discuss the situation. And a lot of times the couples come to us broken, devastated. They both love each other. They don't understand what happened. How is it that an affair happened? And many of them, like Dave said, don't think they have a way out. But if both people are committed, there is a way out. And we have the answer. We're going to show you what happens and how you can avoid that.
That's right. And some of the frameworks we're going to talk about today, we actually learned from Anthony Robbins. If you don't know who he is, he's an incredible speaker, teacher, mentor. And he actually learned from Maslow, who was a philosopher many years ago. And he talked about human needs psychology. And Tony took that information and made it his own and made it simpler to understand. And he talks about the 6 human needs, that everything we do, every decision that we make, everything we decide to do or not to do, it's all based on these 6 human needs. And these are not wants or wishes. These are absolute needs that we all need to feel. And we're either going to feel them or we're going to fulfill those needs in an empowering way or a disempowering way. And so we're all different, but at the same time, we all have these 6 human needs. And the first human need is the need for certainty. We need to have the certainty that, number one, we're going to have food to be able to eat and survive. Those are the primal needs of shelter, of money to pay for our bills. We need to have that certainty that we are going to live in a relationship, that certainty that our partner is not going to leave us, that if times get tough, our partner is going to be there. And so certainty in life, people can have empowering ways of meeting certainty, just like they can have disempowering ways of meeting certainty. An empowering way is to know that have certain that you have faith that God put your partner in your life. A disempowering way to get certainty in your relationship is by being over controlling, by being very abusive. Okay. That's the need for certainty, but one that's empowering, one that's disempowering. Well, with God's infinite wisdom, he also created the exact opposite. Because think about it. If you had certainty every moment of every minute that you woke up, you knew exactly what was going to happen, what was going to be said, what would that be like? That would be like Groundhog Day. You would get bored. You would literally go crazy. So the other side is the need of uncertainty, the need for variety. And with uncertainty and variety, it's the need for change so that we can experience new and different things. People can get uncertainty by going to work out and seeing how their body is changing. People in relationships can get uncertainty by going to different restaurants and maybe they're foodies, right? There's empowering ways of feeling uncertainty and disempowering ways of feeling uncertainty. Uncertain ways of fulfilling that need that's disempowering could be multiple partners. I want to have the uncertainty, but you have a committed relationship, but then you feel that need by going and being with somebody else. Disempowering because it breaks that relationship trust, right? Another great way Could be for disempowering is maybe alcohol or drugs, where somebody knows that if I drink this or I take this drug, I'm going to feel a different way. So the uncertainty of what's going to happen, how am I going to feel? It's going to be different each time. And so certainty and uncertainty, variety. Then the next need that we all need to meet is a need for significance, the need to feel important, the need to feel like we're actually making a difference. And if you ever hear somebody say, "Oh, I don't need any recognition," those are usually the ones that need it more than anybody else. We need to feel like we are important in some way or another, especially in our relationship. Your partner needs to know that they are the most important thing to you in life, over money, over your job, over your career, over your own significance. They need to feel important, and you need to make your partner feel important. What are some empowering ways of making your partner feel that they're important, that they're significant to you? Sending them texts, bringing home some flowers, taking them on, we'll talk about later, on an adventure date where you make it all about them, right? The need for significance. We all need to feel that need. But again, empowering, disempowering ways of feeling the need for significance. Another way disempowering in a relationship is by being controlling, where you feel so significant that you can control and you can direct your partner on what they think and what they feel. And sometimes people have anger management issues. Sometimes that comes out, but it makes it at some level. The reason that's coming out is because it's fulfilling a need. But on the other side, as much as we want to feel important and special, we also want to feel love and connection. Love and connection is the next need. We all are going for love, where we feel feel love for ourselves, we feel love for our partner, and our partner gives us love. But for most people, what they want is love, but what they usually settle for is connection. How do you fill that need of love and connection? Well, it could be quality time, maybe with your partner, going for a walk or a hike to feel that need. We like to cuddle at nighttime. We call it ample time, where that's one way we connect. When we're in bed, we cuddle each other, and that's a great way to connect. So, how do you feel empowered when connecting and loving on or with your partner? Powering, disempowering. The last two needs, real quick, is the need for growth. In life, we're either growing or we're dying. There's no such thing as things are going to stay just the way they are. You're either growing or you're dying with your health. You're either clogging your system or you're cleansing your system. In your relationship, you're either growing or it's going backwards. The sixth human need is a need for contribution, the need to contribute beyond yourself. What do you do to contribute? Are you contributing your time, your money, your wisdom, your love? Are you giving to people that can't even give anything back to you? How are you contributing? How are you contributing as a couple? So the first four human needs are the needs of the psyche. The last two, growth and contribution, are the needs of the spirit. And we all need to fill and fulfill those needs at some level, especially in our relationship.
So, as we were embarking on a whole relationship journey to learn from the masters, the people that taught Tony Robbins, we went to them. We said, teach us everything you know. We paid them for very expensive masterminds so they would give us private coaching and teach us. As a matter of fact, we are the only couple in the entire world that were certified to teach understanding women and understanding men from one of Tony's mentors. And we take that role very seriously. We were at a seminar and we were sitting down and watching and studying the topic of affairs. And a young lady, went up on stage. They wanted to interview somebody that was having an affair. Now, wouldn't you like to know what's going on in their mind? She raised her hand. She runs up the stairs and she's just so excited to tell people about her affair. So our mentor on stage started interviewing her and started talking about the six human needs. And so he went and asked her, in your relationship with your husband at home, how significant do you feel? And she said, a -5. He doesn't call me, hardly takes me out. I don't feel seen. great. So he goes through all the 6 human needs, but one that really captivated us in terms of uncertainty, how does your husband make you feel? She goes, "Bruh, -20. I get zero uncertainty. We used to have date nights and excitement. He would show up with flowers. He doesn't do any of those things. We have date night. But how uncertain is date night? There's no adventure involved." And she was just really dimmed in her light. So then he goes, "It's okay. Let's talk to you about the person you're having an affair with. How how much certainty are you feeling in the affair?" And she was like, "I feel certain that he's gonna show up and he's gonna do something exciting." And so like he goes, "How much uncertainty are you feeling?" She's like, "Oh my God, it's a level 20. Like he shows up, he surprises me. I look at the text and he sends me a surprise." And so then how significant do you feel in your relationship with the affair? And she said, "I feel like I am his world. I am the only one that exists. He's checking up on me 2, 3 times a day." And so then he asked her, "So do you love your husband?" She goes, "Oh, yeah, I love my husband." But she was meeting her needs with the person she was having an affair with, because he felt he helped her feel significant at a level 20, certain uncertainty. He was helping her feel her needs at such high levels. And we learned from Tony that anytime something meets 3 human needs or more at a high level, it becomes an addiction. It could be used for good, it could be used for bad. And so this young lady was all about getting her needs met in not the healthiest way, because that relationship was nurturing those human needs.
That's right. And so here's the key to this. The cause of affairs is not because one person is bad. The cause because an affair is because they fell out of love. Usually, the cause of an affair in our experience is because 2 of the 6 human needs are not being met in the relationship. And those 2 human needs that we all need to meet in our life are uncertainty and significance. So if you are not meeting your partner's need for uncertainty and significance, we're not saying that they're going to go out and have an affair, but just know that without those 2 human needs, they're going to go need to meet them somewhere. And if they're not meeting them at home, they might go meet them playing pickleball. They might go meet them in their job or their business, because those are needs that we all need to meet. If you're not fulfilling and meeting and getting those needs met yourself, again, we're not saying you're going to go have an affair, but more than likely, those needs are being met somewhere. They need to be met. So if you want to have an extraordinary, unshakable relationship, what this episode is illuminating for you is the true cause, to bring you into the driver's seat of your relationship so that you can never say, "Oh, I didn't know. I did everything for him and he cheated on me. I was giving everything to her and she cheated on me." You gave them everything but what they needed. And what people need in relationships that tend to have affairs are uncertainty and significance. Start injecting some uncertainty and give your partner significance, and start to see how the relationship starts to shift. And always remember this: if you do what you did in the beginning, there'll never be an end. If you do what you did in the beginning, there'll never be an end. What did you do in the beginning when you were winning over your partner? You did everything, didn't you? You send them text. You would constantly be thinking about her. You would put flowers on her car. You would be long conversations over the phone. Some of you might be in today's world stalking your partner on social media and liking their pictures and doing all these different things. You did everything in the beginning to win them over. And usually after 2 to 4 years, for many couples, they forgot what they did in the beginning. And you start taking your partner for granted. Oh, they're never going to leave me. Oh, they're just there. And we don't remember what we did in the beginning. So if you remember what you did in the beginning, there'll never be an end.
Yes. And now the part two to this, just in all our research through the years, we had the amazing opportunity to study with this amazing teacher, Esther Perel. There's a lot of TV series done because of her coaching and advice. She wrote a book that we recommend couples that if you're married and have a great relationship, read it. If you're going through an affair, read it. If you're single and ready to mingle, read it. And we're going to put the link to the book in the comments. The name of the book is Mating in Captivity by Esther Perel. We had the fortune to study with her and learn from her in Scotland. And Esther is phenomenal at sharing a concept. And I don't know if you want to share what Mating in Captivity, some of the biggest lessons that we got from that book, and actually how we were able to create a product from what we read in that book to help couples avoid affairs or heal from affairs.
That's right. And basically what she did is a study that's well known that if you put two animals together in a cage, after a period of time, they will no longer mate.
Mm.
When they feel like they are in captivity and they feel like they're boxed up in this house or in this cage, then little by little, day by day, eventually they just lose that desire for their partner and they become roommates. They become friends. They become business partners. And so think about relationships, especially with a couple that finally gets married, right? You get married and you're like, yes, we're going to be living together. And now all of a sudden you're under one roof in a home, in a cage, in a home or apartment. And people wonder why. We are animals. We're human beings. We're human in nature. But what the studies have shown is after a period of time, the chemicals that created that longing and that desire and that lust for a partner after a period of time starts to wear off. And if you don't know that this is a dynamic that's happening, then you'll stop mating in captivity. You'll stop having passion. You'll stop desiring your partner. And if you don't know how to bring that desire and that passion back by understanding how to bring more uncertainty and variety and having your partner know that they are your number one and they are significant. If you're not conscious of that and don't know how to do that, then you may fall to mating in captivity.
Yeah. So, how can you create that space, that healthy space and independence in an amazing relationship? We teach you that in the Warriors and Queens Academy. We actually break it down on how to communicate your needs effectively and not lose half of yourself to the relationship. There's this whole concept of becoming one. We don't believe in becoming one because then what happened to the other 50% of you? You just lost it along the way. What about bringing your whole sum to the relationship and the other person brings all 100% of them and you together create a third genius power, a third genius power where you are free in your relationship, but you create that healthy space that creates an intimacy. And we break down in our academy how to have that healthy, individual, powerful, amazing relationship with yourself first, to be able to set healthy boundaries with your partner, to come together and show up energy rich in your relationship. And that is what you learn at the academy.
That's right. And one of the reasons why we actually decided to create one of our most popular programs is called Adventure Dating, because so many people talk about date night, which again, good, better, best. That's good, but it's not the best. It's better than nothing because at least you're going out on a date with your partner. But usually date night is on Thursday, 8:00. We're going to have our date night. We're going to go to this restaurant. And it's usually it starts to fall into the same routine, which becomes a pattern. And that same pattern gets boring. And so instead of having that same pattern repeat itself, how do you inject uncertainty and significance? And that's why we created Adventure Dating. And Adventure Dating is something that you do. It's not the same day every week. And usually we have one partner do something of an adventure date one week and then the other partner the next week. And the number one thing that happens is your partner feels special and significant because you're going to do something to bring some adventure. And the best way to do it is to bring something that also has uncertainty. And so, how do you inject uncertainty? Well, let's say if it's my week and I want to take Yvette out on an adventure date, and I come to her on a Sunday and I say, hey, babe, listen, on Friday from 8 p.m. to midnight, I want you to clear your calendar. It's just going to be me and you. I got something special planned. Okay. Immediately makes her feel special that I'm taking charge. I'm taking the leadership, and I'm going to do something special for us to have some quality time. And then throughout the week, I may send her little messages here and there saying, hey, babe, make sure that you have your rollerblades oiled. Rollerblades? What? We're talking about? When's the last time we went rollerblading?
I don't know about that.
Right. And then another time I may leave a map with a drawing or some coordinates on the table and then leave. And so she sees it there and starts to process, are we going on a hike? Are we going to a different state? Like, where is he taking me? What are we doing? But what I'm doing is I'm injecting some uncertainty. I'll send her little text messages just teasing her about Friday and sending her little messages to see what we're going to do. But it may be completely different than what we're actually doing because I just want to bring some uncertainty into the relationship. And then Friday will come around and I'll take her to her favorite restaurant and then go salsa dancing. And I know that she loves salsa dancing. I'm not the best dancer, but again, this is about making my queen feel important, to feel special, and to also start injecting some uncertainty.
So if you want to rock your partner's world and give them significance and uncertainty at a level 20, go to adventuredatingplaybook.com. We created the specific formula, and there is a formula to do it right and to rock their world so that they will never feel that they need to go anywhere else to get energy from their marriage. And I want to tell you, we practice adventure dating. We don't do dating. We do adventure dating, and it's changed our life. And the people that are in our community, they all do adventure dates. So it would be great to see you, your photos, post them in the Facebook group, and go to adventuredatingplaybook.com to get it today.
Thank you guys for joining us on our Warriors and Queens show. We hope you got some value. Please give us a follow, give us a comment. Let us know what impacted you the most, what you learned, and also what kind of topics you would like to learn more of when it comes to relationships and communication and also leadership. So this is Dave and Yvette Ulloa signing off with Warriors and Queens, where we empower dream relationships one person at a time. Thanks so much for joining Yvette and I. Our goal is to give you tools, mindset, and motivation to strengthen your most important relationship and experience vibrant intimacy.
Please take a moment to rate and review us. We would love to gift you our e-course at warriorsandqueens.com/3 steps.